Hello and welcome to this latest YouTube video. I'm your host, Coach D. This is what I look like. Something a little bit different today, as I essentially am on Zoom. I have a workshop coming up soon, and I thought some of you may want to watch this early. And the workshop is essentially you're about to see the secrets revealed in what it is that I do to help people get results. So the way that I program and decide to do that, the way that I work out their nutrition and things that I put in place for them to help them get their fat loss results or their muscle gain results, and the way that I schedule things and help them to schedule. So there's some top tips coming your way. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'm going to share my screen so you should be able to see all of this. Here we go. So can I go full screen with this? I think I can. All right, wonderful. So welcome to the workshop. Revealing the secrets of my 19 years coaching into a less than 1 hour Zoom chat, which is what I was going to call it. I've actually called it, I've called it the revealing the blueprint. Oops, sorry, gone ahead there. Revealing the blueprint for consistent nutrition protocols, optimizing workouts, and scheduling to be an absolute lady boss. So, it sounds a bit more professional, doesn't it? So we'll go with that. Where are we at? Cool. So a bit of housekeeping. Put your phones away. I only say that just to have your full attention. I mean, you can pause this obviously, but let's just get into it. It might not take you that long to go through the video. Take notes as if the slides aren't here. So make sure you've got a pen and paper. Pop a question in the chat box. Let's not do that because it's not live. So pop a question in my DMs in my Instagram. So my Instagram handle is at Coach Sharon Robinson, and you would just pop a DM in there with the word workshop and then your question. So here's what you'll need for the next maybe 20 minutes or so. Notepad and a pen, an open mindset, the willing to learn, receptive of change, bit of water, and a pair of ears. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it? So make sure you've got these things. By the way, if you aren't these things, if you're not willing to learn and you have quite a fixed mindset and you think you know everything, just switch it off. This is not for you. What you won't need is a know-it-all attitude. If you've got that, just get rid of this. Just press stop straight away and don't ever message me. I'm cool with that. If you're closed off and not willing to learn, and you prefer a quick fix, this isn't for you. Non-receptive of change. Change is always good. You won't need any alcohol. You won't need a nose. Why stick around till the end? You're going to learn how to drop body fat while still eating the foods that you love. That sounds all right, doesn't it? You're going to figure out how to train to suit your lifestyle and how many sessions per week you'll probably need. And also diary management like an effing boss. So how to structure things in properly to make sure you get the best out of your week. And obviously your diary is going to be a bit different to mine and everyone else's that's watching this. Special bonuses for one or two of you. It says three here, but I've filled the space recently at the end. Cool. Here's some information on me. Let me move this around. Boom. That's me there. You can also see me there and there. Hello. Coached thousands of women and men also at the beginning of my journey, my fitness journey. Now I only work with women, but there's hundreds of thousands of them. There's lots of social proof. 2007 is where it all began. That's when I started working in health and fitness. That seems like it was 19 years ago now, so it's a lifetime ago. I've been in self-employed for over 10 years, and these three people, there's my mum, who is my rock. Here's my sister, who's she's a bit older than that now, but that's a good picture of her. And this is Mana, who unfortunately is no longer with us. But these are the reasons I think that I got into working with females. A little bit by accident, by the way that it was structured in another business. And then these are the reasons I continue to work with women, because I've only ever known that kind of looking after, should we say. So that's that. Cool. Here's some examples of some of the people I've looked after. Here's Sarah, mum of two, training with zero results in a previous gym, eating all the feelings. You must have probably done that at some point. We all have. Injury prone, wasn't doing the right things, unmotivated because of all this stuff, low self-esteem because just not getting the results and putting the work in. Frustrating, but this is what we did. That's all right, isn't it? Louise, 40, mum of one, struggled to get started, wasn't too sure where to start. No help from other PTs and coaches. This is something she said to me at the beginning when we first spoke. Spoke to a few coaches. No one was really seemed like they wanted to help me. I wanted to get rid of the baby fat. There it is. Bosh, we did that. That's all right, isn't it? Antonio, 36, hated gyms before working with me. A lot of people do, a lot of clients do. Never worked with calories or macros before, which is quite normal if you don't know what to do. I put here she was a sponge. She soaked up everything I told her and got great results from that. So maybe you could do that too. Sustainable physique, and this was her pre-holiday. In pretty good starting point already, but way better by the time I'd finished. Cool. Yeah, you probably a little bit like this, maybe lost and unsure where to start. Very natural. I hear that quite a lot. That's why people like me are here to tell you, make it very easy where you need to start. Lindsay was like that beforehand. You probably also feel like sick of lack of results or plateauing. That's annoying, isn't it? This person was training. Here she's training way better. She's got way more than what she wanted out of this. So that's that. Maybe you're feeling like that. Maybe you're not sure what or how much and what to eat. This person here, on the older side of my demographic, actually late 50s, lost quite a bit of weight. Great shape here. She's vegan. She wasn't too sure. We cracked it. Job done. Easy. And lack of trial and error or being impatient, I feel like can always can always hinder your workout results because sometimes you have to put something into play. It's like school, if you remember, going to school, putting something in to practice like a science experiment. You put the ingredients in, you get a reaction, you get the result, you analyze it, and then you change it again, or at least you write out what you're going to change for different result next time. Sometimes you have to go through that process of a 6, 12, 18 week trial. I don't think enough of you are doing that. Don't be scared, by the way. You could be making it harder than it needs to be, like this lady. I feel like I think she was just following loads of advice and just stressing about it and not taking on the essentials of what she needed to. So she was over egging everything. Whereas here, you can clearly see some results. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Cool. Maybe you were given the wrong advice because the coach that you had was the wrong person to look after you, and they only have one way of coaching. That does not fit everyone, unfortunately, as much as they'd like to. Yeah, so maybe you're giving the wrong advice or you have the wrong coach. This person did, and this is what we did together. Sorted. So here's my foolproof formula. Well, almost. Step number 1 of 5, nutrition, how to do things. So there's a calculator that I use. It's very, very accurate. And it's a BMR calculator, and it tells you you can put like if you want to gain weight, if you want to lose weight, etc. You can work out your calories and macros on there too. But I put a little bit of experience in this, and then that gives me the result. Like this person wasn't training with calories and macros and any kind of calculation, was training with. So you can see the difference. Not a bad starting point. Much happier here. This here, you can't click on this, but I will put it in the comments of the YouTube video below. So I'll put that in later. So you can use that. You can have that for free. Number 2, nutrition continued. Using MyFitnessPal or any other tracking advice, tracking app. MyFitnessPal is tried and tested. It's one I've been using for years. It's one I've used myself to get into this shape for this photo shoot. And that was 7 years ago when I had great abs. Shut up. These are the things that we look at. It's calories and macros and a goal. And it can set it for you, and you can ask me for help, or you can go onto AI and ask for exactly what you should be. But this is it. This is one of the things you'll need to start utilizing. Okay, so get that, download that, and start using it. Number 3, protein. How much should I eat each day? It's 1.5 times each gram of body weight to 1.8 times each gram of body weight. So if you weigh 70, it's 1.5 times 70 or 1.8 times 70. And that'll give you a rough estimate of where you should be. I'd always start at the lower end, by the way, and work up to that. You are what you eat. I don't remember eating anxiety and back problems. Little joke there. Cool. Let's move on. Step number 4, the programming. All right. If you can only train a certain amount of times per week, that should decide what style of training you're going to do. Okay? That will help you, especially in the beginning. If you can only train twice a week, it will be the same program, full body, working all the major muscle groups. Straightforward. If you can train 3 times, I would recommend doing your full body, but having different workouts. And 4 times a good way is doing 2 upper, 2 lower, because you can put more in, needs a bit more recovery. This is not including like any CV stuff and lists and steps and stuff. And 5 plus, you'd split it. You'd split your body parts and your muscle groups up. Does that make sense? And there's me doing a bit of exercise just to prove that I do it. Well, I'm not in that picture, but anyway. All right, let's move on. Scheduling like a boss, online calendar. I don't know anyone that uses paper anymore. Get rid of it. I'd get rid of it. Using lists, that ticking off feeling. I'll go into that in a second, but taking the time to go through it will take you 10 to 20 minutes. So I'm one of these people that likes to schedule and then likes to tick off, and that gives me a less stressful feeling on a daily basis. And I want less stress. Here's an example of my calendar from April, I think last year. Look, my day off is in there. Working from home is in there. When I train is in there. My hair appointment is in there. And when last time I did, or one of the times I did a Zoom workshop was in there. So all these things are in there. And these are appointments that I've got. You should do the same. So your training should be in there so you don't miss it. Just like doctors or dentists or anything. And making sure you take the time to go through it. So can you see these gaps here? Bing, bing. If I need to create a graph, if I was to change this appointment here and put it over here, I've got all that time as a gap to do various other things. So just ask that person to move over or try and move that thing. Just have a little play with it. I mentioned before trial and error. Do it with your scheduling. Straightforward. All right, let's move on. Not going to do that bit. Yes, message me the word offer on Instagram for an exclusive offer. So if you're watching this, message me the word on offer to go for a little offer. It's only for people that have watched or have been on part of this workshop or have watched this workshop. So it's an exclusive offer. My handle is at Coach Derek Robertson. If you don't already follow me, why the hell not? Go and do it. And then DM me the word offer. That's all you need to do. You can put offer and then a workshop. I know exactly where you came from. That would be fantastic. Right, the way I see it then, a couple of things you can do. You can do nothing and stay the same. But if you've been sad, upset, if you've been complaining about wanting to change, don't do that. Number two, you can go revise this video and go try all of this stuff on your own. Get a notepad, you've made some notes. You've made some notes as if they weren't slides here, so you know what's cracking. Go and try a bit on your own, and maybe in a few weeks, then DM me when you get a bit stuck or lost. Or you can directly book a call with me. So you can go to Instagram at Coach Derek Robinson. You can message me the word call. I know exactly where you came from, exactly what that means, and I'll book you in at the next available slot for a free 10-minute strategy call. Perfect. Yeah, message me the word offer. Thank you for listening. That is everything for now. Let's stop sharing. And yeah, thanks very much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. That helps me a lot as a small business. And yeah, I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you.